The Heartbreakers by Colton Dennis. When 6 different people form a dodgeball team, they decide to play in a tournament. Will this unlikely team win or be torn apart? Kyle Rowland appears to be writing. Both Shane Hernandez and Ryan James appear, then sit next to Kyle R. Hey guys, said Kyle R. Are you ready for the test today? Asked Ryan J. Yeah, I studied all night for it, said Kyle R. I'm going to fail, said Shane. Me too, said Ryan J. Colton Dennis appears, then walks into the classroom. Look, it's the new kid, said Shane. Yeah, did you hear what happened? He broke a teacher's jaw. Colton sits in a chair. Moo, said Ryan J. Colton looks, stands up, walks towards Ryan J., then stops at his desk. Did you say something? Asked Colton. You gonna do something about it? Asked Ryan J. Christopher Kania appears, looks, and then walks over. Back off, new kid, said Christopher. Colton looks at Christopher. This doesn't concern you, said Colton. Ms. Lopez appears, then walks into the classroom. Everyone sit down. Oh, a new student. Everyone, this is. What's your name, sweetheart? Asked Ms. Lopez. Colton Dennis, said Colton. Welcome, now let's begin today's lesson, said Ms. Lopez. Footsteps walking. Colton is standing at his locker. All 3 walk past Colton. Sid, said Shane. What do you got there? Asked Ryan J. It's my book, said Stephen Uravage, appearing. Shane knocks the book out of Stephen's hands. Whoops, said Shane. All 3 are laughing. Colton looks, then slams his locker door. All 3 look. Get away from him, said Colton. All 3 stand in front of Stephen. What are you going to do? Asked Shane. Colton cracks his knuckles, then walks towards all 3 of them. Christopher holds up his arms. Stop. This ain't like you guys, said Christopher. He started it, said Ryan J. And I'm going to finish it too, said Colton. All right, Steve, leave. Get to class, guys. All 3 walk away. Now, we got off on the wrong foot. I'm Christopher. Christopher Kania. And you are? Asked Christopher. Colton Dennis. Colton starts walking away, then stops. Oh, if I see your boys again picking on someone else, I'll tear them apart. That's a warning, said Colton. Christopher sighs, then sees the poster. The poster reads, Dodgeball Tournament. Hey Chris, are you signing up for the tournament? Asked Sarah Kindler appearing. No, I don't have a team, said Christopher. Sarah K laughs. Why not those 5 back there? Said Sarah K. Yeah, a train wreck, said Christopher. Hey, anything's possible, said Sarah K., walking away. Christopher smiles. All 3 are walking. Could you believe that kid? Asked Ryan J. Yeah, I guess he wanted to kick our ass, said Shane. All 3 are laughing. A car pulls up. Guys, get in. I need to talk to you, said Christopher. Doors open, then shut. Car drives away. Where are we going? Asked Kyle R. The car pulls into the driveway, then turns off. I have an idea. You all want to be in the dodgeball tournament, right? Asked Christopher. Of course, said Shane. Well, we'll be in it, said Christopher. We can't, there are only 4 of us. We need 2 more players, said Kyle R. Well, if we could get him, Stephen, said Christopher. Who? Asked Ryan J. Stephen Uravage. All three are staring at Christopher. Christopher sighs. "Sid," said Christopher. "Oh, Sid, I'd love for him to be on it," said Shane. "Well, that's 5. "Who's the last player?" asked Kyle R. "I don't know if you'll like this. But the new kid," said Christopher. "That big guy. Do you think he could play?" asked Ryan J. "I think he can. I'll ask him tomorrow." "And you guys won't have a problem with it either," said Christopher. All three are shaking their heads. "Me, on the dodgeball team," said Steven. "Yeah, what do you say?" asked Christopher. "Wait, is this a real offer?" "This could be a trick," said Steven. "It's a real offer, Steven." "What do you say?" asked Christopher. "I don't know." "Yeah, sure," said Steven. "Great, just one more person to get," said Christopher. "Who?" asked Steven. "The new kid," said Christopher. All three are approaching. "Hey guys," said Kyle R. "Well, we have one last spot to fill." "This is our team so far," said Christopher. People are screaming down the hallway. All 5 look. 6 people appear. "The targets," said Kyle R. Tom Hindmarsh appears to be laughing. "Look, 5 geeks. Just so you know, if you join the tournament, you will be eliminated," said Tom. All 6 walk away. All 5 are watching. "Hopefully we find one more person," said Shane. "Where's the new kid?" asked Ryan J. "I didn't see him this morning," said Christopher. "Well, let's go find him," said Ryan J. "All right, let's head out, team," said Christopher. All 5 are walking. "Where should we look?" asked Steven. "I'll head down my street. You 3 check around town." "Steven, come with me," said Christopher. "What if we find him?" asked Kyle R. "Call one of us." "We'll do the same," said Christopher. Car drives away. All 3 are walking down the street. "Do you think we'll find him?" asked Ryan J. "Hopefully, we need a 6th player," said Shane. All 3 walk past an abandoned factory. A thudding sound in the distance. Kyle R. stops. "Hey, did you hear that?" asked Kyle R. "What?" asked Ryan J. "It's a thudding sound." "Listen," said Kyle R. All 3 are listening. A thudding sound comes from the factory. "What the hell is that?" asked Shane. All 3 walk into the factory. Door opens. All 3 walking then stop. "I don't hear it," said Kyle R. "Let's go this way," said Ryan J. "Well, then it's probably this way," said Shane. Thudding in the distance. All 3 following thudding sounds. The thudding gets louder. Door opens. All 3 peek inside. Colton appears to be throwing dodgeballs at cutouts. Cutouts breaking. "I'll call Chris," said Kyle R. Door shuts. Colton looks. Kyle R. presses buttons. Door opens. Colton sees all 3 of them. "What are you doing here?" asked Colton. We came here to ask you something," said Ryan J. "What?" asked Colton. "Ask him, Shane," said Ryan J. "Kyle could ask better," said Shane. Well, it looks like you love dodgeball. And there's a tournament. Would you like to be on our team?" asked Kyle R. "A dodgeball tournament? No, I play alone," said Colton, walking away. "Damn, we need another player. Especially against the targets," said Ryan J. Colton stops, then turns around. All 3 are walking away. "Wait." All 3 stop, then turn around. Colton approaches. The targets are in the tournament. All three nod their heads. Isn't the leader that prick? Tom Hindmarsh asked Colton. You know him? Asked Kyle R. He's the reason I broke that teacher's jaw, said Colton. So it's true, the story? Asked Ryan. Jamie and Hindmarsh were actually friends. But we got into a fight over a girl. The teacher saw us and came running to break it up. I swung my fist. The next thing I knew, I'm standing over the teacher. The teacher sued, but then let it go, said Colton. So, what are you saying? Asked Kyle R. You don't need to look for another player. Because I'm on the team, said Colton, smiling. All three walk out of the factory. The car pulls up. There they are, said Stephen. Doors open, then shut. Both Christopher and Stephen are walking towards all three of them. So, did you find him? Asked Christopher. Even better, he's on the team, said Shane. Really? So we have a team, said Christopher. Yeah, what will be our name? Asked Stephen. The truck pulls up, stops, and then turns off. Doors open, then shut. Look, fellas, it's the Dick Suckers. So, is this your team? Let me introduce my team. Coldu, Dennis, Freeman, Oster, and Singer. The targets are going to win that tournament, said Tom. Well, we have a secret weapon, said Christopher. Yeah, who's that? Asked Tom. Dodgeball smashes the window. All nine look. Colton appears to be holding a dodgeball. Hello, Tom, said Colton. Tom laughs. Well, you have Colton. Dennis. So, did they need your help? Asked Tom. No, I needed them. Plus, our friendship ended once we started that fight. Now. Colton looks at all five of them. My friends are here. And we won't rip out your hearts. We'll break them instead, said Colton. Tom laughs. All right, me and my team are going to split. See you next Thursday, said Tom. All six are walking towards the truck. The truck starts, then drives away. Thanks, Colton, said Christopher. No problem. I have more respect for you five. We're the Heartbreakers, said Colton, walking away. Yeah, that's our name. The Heartbreakers, said Christopher, signing the poster. Hey Chris, said Sarah K. Hey, I did what you said. Next Thursday, the Heartbreakers are in the tournament, said Christopher. So it's you, Shane, Ryan, Kyle, and who? Asked Sarah K. Stephen and Dennis, said Christopher. I thought Sean was on the targets, asked Sarah K. No, Colton. Dennis, said Christopher. The new kid. He almost ripped the guys apart, said Sarah K. Yeah, but he found out that Tom's the leader of the targets, said Christopher. So, said Sarah K. That story about the teacher. Both of them were in it, said Christopher. Really, said Sarah. Well, we have practice today. You should come and watch, said Christopher. Sarah nods. Colton throws a dodgeball. All four are approaching. Hey Colton, said Kyle R. Both Christopher and Sarah K. are approaching. Hey Sarah, said Shane. Guys, I thought about who could be our manager. Sarah, said Christopher. That's a great idea, said Kyle R. Colton throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball decapitates the cutout. Are we going to practice? Asked Colton. Yeah, Colton, you're more suited to teach us. Why don't you start? Asked Christopher. All right, everyone grab a ball. When I say throw them. Colton stands on the sidelines. Now, said Colton. Christopher's, Kyle R.S., and Shane's dodgeball hit cutouts. Both Stevens and Ryan J.'s misses. Well, asked Christopher. We'll win a few rounds. Let's try catching, said Colton. All 6 are practicing. Targets watching. We have to play against them, asked Justin. They're good, said Kyle S. I have an idea, said Tom. Sarah K is walking. Both Justin and Kyle S are following Sarah K. We're following her, said Justin. Walkie-talkie static. Good, we'll take care of the others, said Tom. Sarah K walks into the library. Let's do this now, said Kyle S. Both Justin and Kyle S walk into the library, see Sarah K, and then Colton. Oh no, said Justin. Colton looks, then approaches both Justin and Kyle S. You're on the targets, aren't you? Both Justin and Kyle S nod. Good luck, said Colton. Yeah, said Justin, looking at Sarah K. Colton looks, sees Sarah K, then looks back at both Justin and Kyle S. You two listen. Don't brother her, or it'll be your jaws, said Colton. Both Justin and Kyle S run out of the library. Tom, abort the plan. The Heart Dash. Both Justin and Kyle S see the Heartbreakers. Dear God, said Justin. All 5 walk into the library. Both Justin and Kyle S run. Truck stops. What happened? Asked Tom. The Heartbreakers, said Kyle S. All 6 look at the Heartbreakers. Truck drives away. It worked, said Ryan J. He always tries doing that. Just remember the tournaments tomorrow, said Colton, walking away. Colton, you want to sleep over? All of you, said Christopher. All 5 nod their heads. Come on, Colton, said Stephen. Sure, why not? Asked Colton. Dodgeball tournament day. Hello everyone. I'm Ms. Lopez, and with me is Mr. Moody. And what teams do we have? 10 teams will play and try to advance to the championship, said Ms. Lopez. Yes, and here's the lineup for the tournament, said Mr. Moldy. Brackets appear on the screen. We have the Poopers, said Ryan J. Both Christopher and Sarah K place a box down. I got our outfits, said Christopher. Box opens. Shirts are being pulled out. Colton looks at the back of the shirt. The man, said Colton. It's catchy, said Christopher. All right, said Colton. All 6 put on shirts. Colton pulls out his gloves. What's with the gloves? Asked Christopher. For better gripping. Plus, I really don't want to hurt them, said Colton, chuckling. All 5 laugh. All right, the first qualifying match. The Targets vs. The Staff, said Ms. Lopez. Watch this, said Tom. Whistles blows. Dodgeballs are being thrown. Wow, we're down to a 2-on-4 situation. Oh, now it's a 4-on-1, said Mr. Moody. A staff player throws a dodgeball. Andrew catches a dodgeball. Oh, and the staff is eliminated, said Ms. Lopez. They destroyed them, said Stephen. Don't worry, we have our secret weapon, said Shane. Now comes the next qualifying match. Conspirators versus Heaters, said Ms. Lopez. Conspirators player throws a dodgeball. A Heaters player gets hit. Conspirators move on, said Mr. Moody. Next qualifying match. Living Dead qualifies, said Ms. Lopez. Captain Bluebeard qualifies, said Mr. Moody. And now, the last qualifying match, said Ms. Lopez. Yes, the Poopers vs. the Heartbreakers, said Mr. Moody. All 6 are looking at dodgeballs. Whistle blows. Dodgeballs are being thrown. Colton throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits 2 Poopers players. Nice shot, said Christopher. Dodgeball hits Ryan J. Steven catches a dodgeball. What a catch by Steven Uravage. Saving Ryan James from elimination, said Mr. Moody. Colton grabs a dodgeball, then goes to throw it. Shane steps in front of Colton, then throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits the last player of the Poopers. Whistle blows. The Heartbreakers qualify, said Ms. Lopez. Colton looks at Shane. What the hell was that? Asked Colton. I eliminated him, said Shane. You got in my way, said Colton. Guys, come on, said Colton. All right, conspirators vs. the targets, said Mr. Moody. Freeze, Kyle S. and Tom throw dodgeballs. The last conspirators player gets hit. Targets qualify, said Ms. Lopez. The Heartbreakers versus Living Dead, said Mr. Moody. Shane goes to throw a dodgeball. Colton steps in front of Shane, then throws a dodgeball. The last Living Dead player gets hit. Both Colton and Shane staring at each other. Now, we're even, said Colton. We're down to 3 teams. How we do this is, whichever 2 teams don't get close to the number I'm thinking of, they will play against each other, said Ms. Lopez. Captain Bluebeard, pick a number, said Mr. Moody. 10, said Captain Bluebeard. Player 1. Targets, said Ms. Lopez. 5, said Tom, smiling. Heartbreakers, said Mr. Moody. 8, said Christopher. Oh, the 2 teams that are playing each other. Captain Bluebeard vs. the Heartbreakers. I was thinking of the number 4. Sorry, but good luck, said Ms. Lopez. All 10 line up. Whistle blows. Shane grabs a dodgeball, then collides into Colton. What's your problem? Asked Colton. Shane pushes Colton. Colton pushes Shane. Captain Bluebeard players throw dodgeballs. Dodgeballs hit both Colton and Shane. Time out, said Christopher. Whistle blows. Both Colton and Shane are arguing. Guys, we are a team, said Steven. Fine, go back and win this for us, said Shane. Yeah, said Colton. The whistle blows again. We are down to 2-on-1. I guess the Heartbreakers are going to be eliminated, said Mr. Moody. A Captain Bluebeard player throws a dodgeball. Ryan J. catches a dodgeball. Colton runs, then grabs the dodgeball. Dodgeball gets thrown. Colton blocks a dodgeball, then throws one. Dodgeball hits Captain Bluebeard in his testicles. The Heartbreakers are going to the championship, said Ms. Lopez. We'll take a 10-minute break. Then the championship match, said Mr. Moody. All 6 are standing together. Listen, one more win. We could do this. Just work together, said Christopher. All right, it's time for the championship match. The Targets vs. the Heartbreakers, said Ms. Lopez. Whistle blows. All 10 are running. Dodgeballs are being thrown. It's a 3-on-4, said Mr. Moody. Ryan J. gets hit. Now it's a 3-on-3. This is an extraordinary match, said Ms. Lopez. Dodgeball goes past Shane. Shane falls. Andrew throws a dodgeball. Colton stands in front of Shane, blocks a dodgeball, then throws one. Dodgeball hits Andrew. Colton picks up Shane. Christopher smiles, then looks. Tom throws a dodgeball. Christopher moves both Colton and Shane, then gets hit by a dodgeball. All three stand up. "Thanks," said Shane. Christopher walks towards the sidelines. "Time out." Whistle blows. "Listen, we might hate one another, but let's do this together," said Colton, holding out his hand. Shane smiles, then shakes Colton's hand. Whistle blows. Kyle S. throws a dodgeball. Shane pushes Colton. Dodgeball goes past. Colton throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Kyle S. Colton smiles. Dodgeball hits Colton's knee. Colton's knee shifts, then he falls. "Colton," said Shane throwing dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Tom. Tom falls. "The Heartbreakers win," said Ms. Lopez. Heartbreakers surround Colton. Colton slowly stands up. "I'm fine," said Colton. People surrounding the Heartbreakers. "Smile," said Mr. Moody. A picture gets taken of all 6 of them. The end. Heartbreakers Reunion by Colton Dennis. 10 years have passed. And the Heartbreakers return. But their reunion is cut short. Once they run into their old rivals. The alarm clock goes off. Christopher Kania appears, then wakes up. Sarah Kindler appears in bed. "Wake up, Sarah," said Christopher, walking past. A picture of the Heartbreakers appears. Christopher looks at the group picture. Sarah K approaches. "What do you think they're doing now?" asked Sarah K. "Probably something great," said Christopher. Both Christopher and Sarah K. are staring at the group picture. Bases loaded. "Next up, Kyle Rowland," said announcer 1. Kyle Rowland appears, then approaches home plate. The pitcher throws a baseball. Kyle swings a baseball bat. Baseball gets hit, then goes over the fence. Door opens. Kyle R. sits on the bed, looks at the group picture, then smiles. "I wonder what they're up to," said Kyle R. Liz appears to be moaning. "Oh, Shane," said Liz. "All right, you done?" asked Shane Hernandez, appearing. "Yeah." Shane stands up. Liz sees the group picture. "Who are these people?" asked Liz. "My old dodgeball team. We played in a tournament and won. I wonder what they're doing now," said Shane. Typing on the keyboard. Door opens. Ryan James appears. "Hey Ryan," said Stephen Uravaj, appearing. "Did you do those numbers?" asked Ryan J. "Yeah, here," said Stephen, handing papers. "Thanks." Ryan J. sees the group picture. "Steve, what do you think the others are doing?" asked Ryan J. "Something great, I believe," said Stephen. Dodgeball hits the wall. Colton limping. "Stupid injury. I want to rip them apart." Colton sees the picture and grabs it. "You guys changed my life. I wish I could see you again," said Colton. Seeing the cover of the magazine, he smiles and then grabs his phone. Phone ringing. "Hello, Colton." "Yeah, I'm free tonight." "All right, see you then." Christopher hangs up the phone. "Colton's coming over," said Christopher. "When?" asked Sarah K. knocking on the door. "Hang on." Door opens. Colton appears. "Colton, come in." Colton walks inside. "How have you been?" asked Christopher. "Fine, but the reason I came over is to ask you something, said Colton. What? Asked Christopher. Hey Sarah. Sarah K hugs Colton. Well, it's about the dodgeball team, said Colton. What about it? Asked Sarah K. Colton pulls out a magazine. This. Colton places the magazine on the table. Both Christopher and Sarah K. see the cover of the magazine. If we won the tournament in school. Just imagine the biggest one of them all, said Colton. Do you think we could still play? Asked Christopher. Yes, and after here. I'm going to find the others. I'll give you until noon tomorrow to think about it. The tournament's 2 weeks away, said Colton. Motorcycle rumbling, then drives away. Door shuts, phone ringing. Hello, said Sarah K. Hey Sarah, did Colton stop there? He did. What does Chris think? Yeah. All right, talk to you soon, said Steven. The phone hangs up. Well, said Ryan J. Chris wants to do it, said Steven. So will we, said Ryan J. knocking on the door. Door opens. Colton, geez, how've you been? Asked Kyle R. Great. Colton walks inside. So, if you're wondering why I'm here. It's a dodgeball tournament. I already talked to the others. So, what do you say? Asked Colton. I can't. I've got a game tomorrow. I wish I could. Sorry, said Kyle R. Well, if you change your mind, call me. Colton hands Kyle R. a card. Think about it. Your career or a reunion? Asked Colton. Motorcycle drives away. Dodgeballs are being thrown. A car pulls up. Doors open, then shut. Both Christopher and Sarah K. see Colton. Colton. Colton looks. We made a decision. I'm in, said Christopher. Great. Let's see if the others will show, said Colton. Footsteps walking. Oh, we're coming, said Steven. All five shaking hands. Is Shane coming? Asked Ryan J. Of course Shane's coming, said Shane. Well, that's 5. How about Kyle? Asked Christopher. Colton, did you talk to Kyle? Asked Chris. Yeah, he said, he wouldn't be able to make it, said Colton. So, this was just a waste of time, asked Ryan J. Well, we could still play a game, said Christopher. Colton looks around, then stops at Sarah K. You alright, Colton? Asked Sarah K. I believe I solved our problem, said Colton. How? Asked Christopher. Well, remember back in high school it was us and Kyle, said Colton. Yeah, that made 6, said Ryan J. Let him finish, said Christopher. Well, we had a manager. That made 7. Since Kyle won't be here, Sarah could take his place, said Colton. Colton, you're so dash, said Sarah K., being interrupted. Brilliant. Think about it. We'll have 6 players. What do you say, Sarah? Come on, said Christopher. All right. I'll be Kyle's replacement, said Sarah K. Let's start practicing. The tournament's in 2 weeks, said Colton. All 6 of them nod their heads. Music playing. All 6 are practicing. Colton walks towards the motorcycle. Colton, we're going to dinner. Want to come? Asked Christopher. Well, why not? I'll follow you, said Christopher. Motorcycle revs. Vehicles are driving, pull into the parking lot, then turn off. Colton looks at the truck, then sees the smashed window. Hey, you alright? Asked Shane. Yeah, hey, does that truck look familiar? Asked Colton. No, said Shane. All six walk into the restaurant. 6, please, said Christopher. Colton sees the targets. Actually, 5. I need to go, said Colton, walking out of the restaurant. Colton, what's wrong? Asked Sarah Kay. It's Dash, said Colton, being interrupted. Laughing from behind all 6 of them. All 6 look. The targets appear. Look guys, it's the Heartbreakers. How's your knee? Colton asked Tom Hindmarsh. What's wrong with your knee? Asked Sarah Kay. You've never told them, did you? His knee shifted on the day of the tournament. Let's go, targets, said Tom. All 6 are walking towards the truck. Truck drives away. Colton, why didn't you say anything? Asked Christopher. I didn't think I should. I guess our reunion is over. See you in another 10 years, said Colton. Motorcycle starts. Colton, wait, let's do the tournament, said Sarah Kay. Practice is tomorrow. And so is the dodgeball tournament qualifying match, said Colton. Motorcycle drives away. Qualifying match. Footsteps walking. Is everyone ready? Asked Christopher. All 6 of them nod their heads. Colton rubs his knee. You all right? Asked Shane. Yeah, let's do this, said Colton, putting on gloves. Whistle blows. Dodgeballs are being thrown. Colton throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits the last player. Whistle blows. We qualified, said Christopher. Colton is walking, his knee gives out, then he falls to the floor. Colton, said Shane. I'm fine, said Colton. I have an idea, said Sarah Kay. I said, I'm fine, said Colton. Here, said Sarah Kay, handing the brace. Colton puts a brace on, then stands up. Thanks, I'm a lot better, said Colton. Now what? Asked Stephen. We head to Las Vegas. The tournament's there, said Colton. Las Vegas. Vehicles driving. Lights flashing. Vehicles drive into the parking lot, doors open. I'll sign us in, said Christopher. Colton looks at the poster. Poster reads. Las Vegas Dodgeball Tournament. Hey, we sign up here for the tournament. I'll do it, said Colton. We're here for the tournament, said Christopher. All right, here's your keys, said hotel employee 1. Colton writing, then sees the target's name. Oh no, said Colton. Here are our keys. 3 rooms. Me and Sarah. Stephen and Ryan. And Shane and Colton, said Christopher. Colton approaches. We have a surprise. Guess what team is in the tournament? Asked Colton. What team? Asked Sarah Kay. The Targets, said Colton. Well, the tournament starts tomorrow, said Christopher. Dodgeball tournament day 1. Footsteps walking. All 6 line up. Is your knee all right? Asked Sarah Kay. It's fine. Let's do this, said Colton. Whistle blows. Ryan J throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits player 2. Colton catches a dodgeball. The Heartbreakers qualify, said announcer 2. Dodgeball tournament day 2. All 6 line up. Whistle blows. All 10 are running. Sarah Kay tosses a dodgeball to Shane. Shane throws a dodgeball. The last player gets hit. We qualify, said Christopher. Colton looks. The targets appear. Guys, said Colton, all 6 look. The target's approaching. Hello Heartbreakers, just so you know. We're going to the championship match. Let's see if you will, said Tom. Dodgeball Tournament Day 3. Whistle blows. We are down to 2-on-1. Colton moves, then throws a dodgeball. Oh, now it's a 1-on-1, said announcer 2. Colton grabs a dodgeball. Dodgeball goes past Colton. Colton moves, then twists his leg. Ow. Whistle blows. All 5 run towards Colton. My knee, said Colton. Can you play? Asked Christopher. Colton slowly stands up. I'm fine. Blow the whistle, said Colton. Whistle blows. Player 4 throws a dodgeball. Colton falls on top of the dodgeball. Is he eliminated? Colton raises a dodgeball. Heartbreakers qualify, said announcer 2. Dodgeball Tournament Day 4. Can you play? Asked Christopher. I can limp, but I lost my throw, said Colton. Well, we can't play with 5 people. And an injured one, said Shane. Door opens. All 6 look. Kyle R appears. You need a helping hand, asked Kyle R. All 6 are smiling. Whistle blows. Dodgeballs are being thrown. Sarah K throws a dodgeball. The last player gets hit. The Heartbreakers will face the targets in the championship match, said announcer 2. Colton fixes the brace. Thanks for coming, said Colton. I knew you needed dash. Wanted me. So, I decided to come, said Kyle R. Dodgeball Tournament Day 5 Championship Match. All 10 line up. Psst. Sarah. I'll play. It's a reunion, said Colton. Whistle blows. Dodgeballs are being thrown. It's down to a 3-on-3, said announcer 2. Throw at Colton's knee, said Tom. Andrew throws a dodgeball. Colton moves, then falls. Kyle S. throws a dodgeball. Shane blocks a dodgeball, then throws one. Dodgeball hits Kyle S. I got your back, said Shane. Andrew throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Shane. Tom throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Kyle R. You're next, said Tom. Andrew throws a dodgeball. Colton catches a dodgeball. Christopher runs, then grabs the dodgeball. Let's finish this, said Christopher. Tom throws a dodgeball. Both Christopher and Colton block a dodgeball, then throw one. Dodgeballs hit Tom. Heartbreakers win, said announcer 2. We won twice against the targets, said Christopher. Colton. All 6 look. The targets approach all 6 of them. Congratulations, said Tom. All 10 of them shake each other's hands. The end. Heartbreakers 3:17 again by Colton Dennis. When Colton is asked to reunite with the Heartbreakers again, he gets a wish too good to be true. 2038 motorcycle rumbling, then stops. Sunglasses get taken off. Colton appears on a motorcycle. Town appears. My hometown. For 17 years, I've been gone. And now I'm back, said Colton. Motorcycle drives towards town. Rumbling in the distance. Christopher Kania appears, then looks out from underneath the hood. The motorcycle pulls into the driveway and then turns off. Colton gets off his motorcycle, then shakes Christopher's hand. How've you been? Asked Christopher. Busy. What is it you wanted? Asked Colton. Follow me, I need to say it secretly, said Christopher. Door opens. The Heartbreakers appear. Colton looks at Christopher. "What's this?" asked Colton. "I called you for another reunion." "What do you say?" asked Christopher. "I'll tell you." "No, I'm done being a heartbreaker," said Colton, walking away. All six follow. "Colton, wait, why not?" asked Christopher. Colton stops, then turns around. "You know I wanted to reunite 7 years ago. But you all had families. You still do, I don't. So, I left after we won the tournament. If I had a choice, I'd team with your children." "We can't do it anymore," said Colton. The motorcycle starts, then drives away. "Well, that ends that," said Sarah Kay. The motorcycle stops, then turns off. Colton walks into the bar. Beer is being poured. Colton sees an article of the Heartbreakers. Throat being cleared. "That was a wonderful day, huh?" asked Ruby, appearing next to Colton. "Yeah, were you there that day?" asked Colton. "Kinda. I'm here to ask if you wanted that choice," asked Ruby. "What choice?" asked Colton. "That you'd team up with your friends' kids," said Ruby. "Yeah, I'd rather have them as a team." "Only if that could happen," said Colton. "You got it," said Ruby. Colton looks. Ruby's gone. "Weird woman," said Colton. Thunder rumbles. Colton walks out of the bar and then towards the motorcycle. Lighting hits the ground next to Colton. Colton falls, hits his head off the pavement, then groans. Voice echoing. "Hey, you alright, kid?" asked bartender 1. "Yeah, why'd you call me kid?" asked Colton. "Look how young you are," said bartender 1. Colton stands up, then looks into the motorcycle's mirror. "Oh shit, I'm young. That bitch did this." "Is the year 2038?" asked Colton. "Yes, it is," said bartender 1. "Thank you, I know what I need to do," said Colton, getting onto the motorcycle. The motorcycle starts, then drives away. Knocking on the door. Door opens. "Hello, may I help you?" asked Christopher. "You're the kid in this picture, right?" asked Colton. Christopher sees the article. "Yes, that's me," said Christopher. "Do you know the one standing next to him?" asked Colton. "Yeah, that's Colton Dennis," said Christopher. "Now, would you believe me if I said I was him?" asked Colton. "You look like him." "But this was over 20 years ago," said Christopher. Rose Kania appears. "Who's this?" asked Rose. "I didn't catch your name," said Christopher. "I'm Colton Dennis, your brother," said Colton. "Go, Rose," said Christopher. Colton walks inside. Door shuts. "Some bitch did this to me. And I think I know how I could reverse it," said Colton. "How?" asked Christopher. "The Heartbreakers kids. I need to form a team and win," said Colton. "Let's do it then," said Christopher. "But I need their trust first," said Colton. Bell rings. Colton is walking into the classroom. "Everyone, this is our new student. Stephen Hills. Stephen, you can sit next to Rose and Christopher," said Ms. Llyn. Colton sits in a chair. "Hi, I'm Stephen Hills." "Aren't you that Roland's kid?" asked Colton. "How'd you know my father?" asked Christopher. "We're old friends," said Colton. Bell rings. Both Christopher and Rose are walking. Colton approaches both Christopher and Rose. "Hey Steve," said Rose. "I have a question. Do you guys like dodgeball?" asked Colton. I always wanted to play, said Christopher R. It sounds fun, I'm in, said Rose. All right, said Colton. So, what did they say? Asked Christopher K. Rose and Christopher R. in. I just need Alicia, Sarah, and Christine, said Colton. Good luck with them, said Christopher K. Footsteps walking. Hey, Rose and Christopher. Do you know where Christine Uravage is? Asked Colton. Both Christopher R. and Rose point out Christian Uravage appears to be walking, then trips. She's helpless, said Rose. She's on the team. Colton approaches Christine. Miss Christine Uravage. I need your help, said Colton. With science, history said Christine, being interrupted. No, I know that already. I'm talking about dodgeball. Would you like to play? Asked Colton. I'd have to ask my father, said Christine. I'll do it. He knows me, said Colton, walking away. Who else? Asked Christopher R. Alicia James and Sarah Hernandez, said Colton. The popular kids, said Rose. All three look. Alicia James and Sarah Hernandez appear. What are you going to do? Asked Christopher R. Leave it to me. I know what to do, said Colton. Both Alicia and Sarah are putting on lipstick. Footsteps stop. Could we help you? Not, said Sarah H. Actually, you two ladies are going to do me a favor, said Colton. As if, said Alicia. Both Alicia and Sarah H. stand up, then start walking away. Ladies, should I tell your father about his car? I think he'd love that one, Alicia. Sarah H. laughs. What are you laughing at? I'll tell your father about your boyfriend, said Colton. He already knows, said Sarah H. Even his criminal and sexual charges, said Colton. You wouldn't dare, said Alicia. Colton pulls out his cell phone. Look, Ryan James' number, said Colton, smiling. He's good, said Christopher R. Yeah, but he seems familiar, said Rose. It worked, Chris, we have a team, said Colton. That's great, said Christopher K. slowly. What's wrong? Asked Colton. Of course, you know me and Sarah split. I've been going downhill, said Christopher K. Yeah, and, asked Colton. I'm going to die, Colton. I've got cancer. It's in my ribs. And it won't go away, said Christopher K.C.A. Oh, no. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. That's why you wanted me to come back, said Colton. Christopher K. hugs Colton. Colton starts crying. It'll be all right. Take care of Sarah and Rose. Colton nods. I love you, brother, said Christopher K. Footsteps approaching. Both Christopher R. and Rose appear. Hey Steve, when's practice? Asked Rose. After school, meet me in the gym, said Colton. Whistle blows. All five are waiting. Where is he? Asked Rose. Footsteps approaching. I want to say something. This is going to be fun, said Colton. Dodgeballs appear to be lined up. All four are practicing. Both Alicia and Sarah H. are sitting on the bleachers. Colton approaches both Alicia and Sarah H. Hey coach, practice over, asked Alicia. Colton grabs makeup, then throws it. Practice, both of you. I don't think you know. I'm not Steve Hills. I'm Colton Dennis. One of the original members of the Heartbreakers. Your parents helped me win a tournament twice. Now, if I don't turn you into a team, I'm stuck this way forever, said Colton. We'll listen, said Rose. Will all of you help me? Asked Colton. All five nod their heads, then start practicing. A motorcycle drives towards the house. Ambulance appears. Colton runs. "You can't go in there," said Medic 1. "I live here," said Colton, running into the house. Christopher K. appears on a stretcher. Medics grab Colton's arm. Ambulance drives away. Footsteps approach. "Where's Christopher Kania? I'm his wife." "Ex-wife actually," said Sarah K. "In there," said Nurse 1. Colton is sitting in a chair. Both Sarah K. and Rose walk into the room. "Colton," said Rose. Colton looks up. Sarah K. is staring at Colton. "Colton," said Sarah K. "Hi, you're probably wondering how." "Don't ask," said Colton. All four approach, then start talking to Sarah K. "Look, it's Colton," said Sarah K. All four are looking at Colton. Christopher K. is coughing. "Hey guys, could I have a minute with Colton?" All six walk out of the room. "Colton, I want you to know." "I'm sorry for calling you," said Christopher K. "Don't be," said Colton. "I want you to win the dodgeball tournament." "I got a present for you," said Christopher K., handing a box. Colton opens the box. Shirt appears. "A new shirt," said Colton. "Win this for me," said Christopher K., gasping. Monitor beeps faster. Christopher K. coughs, then gasps his last breath. Monitor flatlines. Colton nods, then starts crying. Dodgeball tournament day. Footsteps walking. All five are standing next to each other. Door opens. "Guys, I've got new uniforms," said Colton, raising a shirt. "What's HB2?" asked Rose. "Heartbreakers 2. Whistle blows. All six line up. "I understand, brother," said Colton. Whistle blows. Colton runs, trips, hits his head, then groans. "Hey, you alright, kid?" asked bartender 1. "Great, I'm young," said Colton. 45 ain't really young anymore," said bartender 1. Colton stands up, runs towards the motorcycle, and then sees his reflection. "I'm old. Yes, I'm old. I need to go," said Colton, getting onto the motorcycle. The motorcycle starts, then drives away. All six are sitting in the kitchen. Rumbling in the distance. All six look. The motorcycle pulls into the driveway, then turns off. Colton gets off his motorcycle. "Colton, we thought dash," said Christopher K., being interrupted. "I'm sorry for everything. You and Sarah are still together, right?" Christopher K. nods. "And what about your cancer?" asked Colton. "Oh, doctors caught that early enough. I'm fine," said Christopher K. "I'm back. I love you all." "Heartbreakers, what do you say?" "One more game," asked Colton. "Against whom?" asked Sarah K. Truck stops. Doors open, then shut. "Hey Heartbreakers, 17 years of waiting is up," said Tom Hindmarsh, appearing with the targets. The end. Heartbreakers Forever, One More Time by Colton Dennis. When all 7 members of the Heartbreakers come back together one more time, they are invited to go where dodgeball originated. So, they travel to Africa to compete in a tournament, but run into last year's winners. 38 people are walking towards bleachers. Dodgeballs are being lined up. Footsteps walking. Colton Dennis appears, then continues walking. Doors open. All 5 appear, then look up at Colton. Colton stops in front of all 5 of them. It's time for one last match, you guys. Is everyone ready for this? Asked Colton. We were ready from the beginning, said Christopher K. Colton smile. Doors open. All 6 look. The targets appear. Are you Heartbreakers ready to be defeated? Asked Tom. Colton chuckles. Tom, let's figure this out. You targets never defeated us once. But it's not all about winning. It's about having fun. And that's what we do, said Colton, looking into Tom's eyes. Referee 1 appears in the locker room. 2 minutes to be on the court, teams, said referee 1, walking away. Tom smiles, then steps backwards. We'll see you back on the court, said Tom. Targets are walking away. Christopher K. approaches Colton, then puts his hands on his shoulder. Colton looks at Christopher K. You know, he's still a prick, said Colton. Yeah, but every good team needs an enemy. And ours is that one, said Colton. Both Christopher K. and Colton are smiling. Referee 1 reappears. Heartbreakers, you're up, said referee 1. All 6 follow referee 1. Referee 1 holds up his hands. All 6 stop. Announcer 1 appears. Everybody, let me introduce the first team. Give a hand to the targets. Smoke appears. The targets run onto the court. Crowd booing. Announcer 1 steps forward. Thank you, targets. Now, everybody, let me introduce the second team. Please put your hands together for the Heartbreakers, yelled announcer 1. Smoke reappears. All 6 appear. Crowd cheering. Referee 1 approaches. Both Colton and Tom are looking at each other. All right, captains, this is just a standard dodgeball match. The first team to eliminate all their opposing players wins. Both of you shake hands and good luck, said referee 1, walking away. Colton holds out his hand. Tom continues looking at Colton, then shakes his hand. Good luck, said Colton. I don't need luck. I've got a plan, said Tom, letting go of Colton's hand, then walks away. Colton smiles, then walks towards all 5 of them. All 10 lined up. Whistle blows. All 10 run, then grab dodgeballs. Dodgeballs are being thrown. Tom moves. Both Freeze and Justin throw dodgeballs. Dodgeball hits Ryan J. Steven throws a dodgeball. Freeze moves. Dodgeball hits Justin. Kyle S. throws a dodgeball. Kyle R. jumps over a dodgeball, then throws one. Dodgeball hits Kyle S. Andrew throws a dodgeball. Colton blocks dodgeball. Christopher K. throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Sean. Freeze throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Christopher K. Kyle R. throws a dodgeball. Andrew catches a dodgeball. Justin runs onto the court. Steven throws a dodgeball. Freeze catches a dodgeball. Kyle S. runs onto the court. Both Colton and Shane are looking at all 5 of them. We could still do this, said Shane. Then let's do it, said Colton. Dodgeballs are being thrown. Both Colton and Shane move. Freeze throws a dodgeball. Colton blocks a dodgeball, then throws one. Dodgeball hits Freeze. Kyle S. throws a dodgeball. Shane spins, then throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Kyle S.O. These 2 teams know each other very well. It's a 3-on-2, said announcer 1. Tom throws a dodgeball. Colton moves, then throws a dodgeball. Tom ducks. Andrew throws a dodgeball. Shane spins again. Justin throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Shane. Colton looks at Shane. Tom sees Colton looking at Shane, then throws a dodgeball. Colton, said Sarah Kay, echoing. Colton looks, then moves quickly. Dodgeball hits the wall. Justin throws a dodgeball. Colton jumps over the dodgeball. Andrew throws a dodgeball. Colton jumps over the dodgeball again, then throws one. Dodgeball hits Andrew. Tom signals for a timeout. Whistle blows. Timeout, the targets, said referee 1. Tom looks at Justin. I've got a plan. When I nod. Throw your ball, said Tom. No problem, said Justin. Tom nods. Whistle blows. Colton grabs a dodgeball. Both Justin and Tom are holding dodgeballs. Colton is watching both Justin and Tom. It looks like the targets have a plan, said announcer 1. Colton continues watching both Justin and Tom. Justin looks at Tom. Justin throws a dodgeball. Colton jumps over a dodgeball, then throws one. Dodgeball hits Justin. Tom throws a dodgeball. Colton slides onto the court. Dodgeball misses Colton's leg. Colton rolls backwards. Tom reaches for another dodgeball. Colton grabs a dodgeball, then throws it. Tom moves, grabs the dodgeball, then throws it. Colton catches the dodgeball, lets go, then jumps towards it. The dodgeball lands on the floor. Colton slides next to the dodgeball. Winners, the targets, said referee 1. All 6 cheering. Crowd gasping. All 5 approach Colton. Colton stands up. All 6 do a group hug. Colton points to the microphone. Announcer hands microphone. Colton is hitting the microphone. Thumping sound. I want to congratulate the targets. They finally defeated us. And have an awesome team. Now the bad news. The Heartbreakers fans, we want to thank you. Whoever supported us. But, as I said, the bad news. The 7 of us decided to take a break. Tonight was our last match. Don't fret. I promise to all the Heartbreakers fans, we'll be back again. And you can keep my word about that, said Colton, waving. Crowd cheering. All 7 are standing in the middle of the court. The targets approach. Tom hands Colton Heartbreakers jersey. Colton raises the jersey, then lays it in the middle of the court. All 7 are waving. 2041 3 years later. Footsteps walking. Christopher K. sits down in a chair. Sarah K. drinks coffee. Christopher K. looks at the paper. Hey, Rose is off to college today, said Sarah K. Well, that's great. Then it'll just be us, said Christopher K., walking towards Sarah K., then kisses her. Jack Kania appears. That's disgusting, said Jack. Sarah K. laughs. Man, I forgot about this one, said Christopher K. So, do you want breakfast? asked Sarah K. I don't think I'll keep it down. Especially after seeing that, said Jack. You're funny. Just remember, you do sleep, pal. I'd be careful if I were you, said Christopher K. rumbling in the distance. Both Christopher K. and Sarah K. look out the window. Motorcycle drives past. Oh, I thought it was Colton, said Sarah K. Uncle Colton's here, asked Jack. False alarm, pal, said Christopher K. Oh, said Jack. Don't worry, you'll see him again, said Christopher K. Is he actually coming? asked Jack. Of course, he always keeps his promises, said Christopher K. Well, he never kept the one he made 3 years ago, said Sarah K. He will. He's just waiting, said Christopher K. Footsteps approaching. Rose Kania appears. So Rose, ready for your big day? Asks Sarah K. Oh yeah, I'm finally going to be in a dorm. Sucks I have to share the room, said Rose. Well, you always had your own room. And you need to share, said Christopher K. Do you know who your roommate is? Asked Sarah K. No, I probably won't know until I get there, said Rose. What time do you have to check in? Asked Sarah K. Between noon and 3, said Rose. Well, we'll get your stuff into the car, after. Sit down and eat, said Sarah K. Christopher K. places a suitcase in the car. Rumbling in the distance. Christopher K. looks. Motorcycle drives past. Christopher K. sighs. Jack appears on the porch. Was that Uncle Colton? Asked Jack. No, just another motorcycle passing, said Christopher K. Jack sighs. Trunk shuts. Is it packed? Asked Sarah K. Yes, it is, said Christopher K. Let's get going then, said Sarah K. All four get into the car. Car drives away. College appears. The car pulls into the parking lot, then turns off. Suitcases are being carried. Footsteps walking. Door opens. All four walk into the room. Well, I'm here before my roommate, said Rose. Suitcases are being set down. Sarah Hernandez appears. Hello everyone, said Sarah H. Hey, said Rose, hugging Sarah H. You're really friendly to strangers, said Christopher K. Both Rose and Sarah H. laugh. It's me, Mr. and Mrs. Kania. Both Christopher K. and Sarah K. are looking at Sarah H. Sarah Hernandez, said Sarah H. Holy shit. I mean, it's nice to see you. Geez, it's been a while, said Christopher K. Yeah, 3 years go by slowly, said Sarah H. Well, we're going to get out of your hair. See you, Rose, said Sarah K., hugging Rose. See you, baby. Be good, said Christopher K., kissing Rose's forehead. Christopher K., Jack, and Sarah K. are walking towards the car. The car starts, then drives away. So Jack, how do you feel about Rose going to college? Asked Sarah K. Well, I like it. I'll finally get a big room, said Jack. Both Christopher K. and Sarah K. are smiling. The car pulls into the driveway, stops, and then turns off. Doors open, then shut. All three stop, then see Colton sitting on a motorcycle. Colton stands up and smiles. Uncle Colton, said Jack running towards Colton. Colton hugs Jack. How are you doing, pal? Colton puts Jack down and looks at both Christopher K. and Sarah K., then smiles. There's my two favorite family members. Now, come give me a hug, said Colton, walking towards both Christopher K. and Sarah K. All three hug each other. What are you doing here? Asked Christopher K. Well, let's walk inside. This cold is freezing my tes dash. Colton looks at Jack. Lower region, said Colton. All four are walking toward the door. The door unlocks, then opens. All four walk inside. Door shuts. All four are taking off their coats. Why are you here? Colton asks Sarah K. Well, I came for Jack's birthday, said Colton. Colton, his birthday has already passed, said Christopher K. Well, whose birthday is next? Asked Colton. Yours, said Sarah K. Oh, I want a pony. Jack, remember that, pal. So, how's Rose? Asked Colton. She went to college today. That's where we were, said Sarah K. Oh, so, when's your turn, big man? Asked Colton. I'm 7, Uncle Colton, said Jack. Really? I thought you were able to drive. So, here are my keys, said Colton, handing keys. Jack grabs the keys, then runs outside. Colton! Yelled both Christopher K. and Sarah K. What, those aren't my keys? Both Christopher K. and Sarah K. sigh. They were yours, said Colton. What? Yelled both Christopher K. and Sarah K. again, then run outside. Jack is sitting on the motorcycle. All right, Jack. Off my bike, said Colton. Aww, said Jack, getting off his motorcycle. All four walk inside. Hey, you don't mind me spending the night? Asked Colton. No, take Rose's room, said Christopher K. Yippee, a room filled with pink flowers, sheets, and walls, said Colton. You could use a motel, said Christopher K. Why, I got a pink room, said Colton, smiling. Sun rises. Colton walks towards the kitchen. Both Christopher K. and Sarah K. appear. Colton sits in a chair. Coffee? Asks Sarah K. Yes, please. Oh, I have to tell you something. This is really important, said Colton, stalling. What is it? Asked Christopher K. Well, I can't remember. Both Christopher K. and Sarah K. sigh. Oh, now I remember. It's dash, said Colton, being interrupted. Knocking on the door. I got it, said Christopher K. Sarah K. looks at Colton. What's going on? Asks Sarah K. You got me. Oh, you meant what I was going to say. The answer is behind that door, I believe, said Colton, smiling. Christopher K. gets to the front door. The front door opens. All four appear, then walk inside. Guys, what are you doing here? Asked Christopher K. Both Colton and Sarah K. walk into the room. Ask Colton, he called us, said Kyle R. Christopher K. looks at Colton. Hi, oh, you're probably wondering. The reason I called them was, I've got dinner reservations. And I got extra tickets. So, who wants to finish my sentence? Asked Colton. You want us to have dinner together? Asked Ryan J. What was I supposed to ask your parents first? Asked Colton. Funny, Colton, said Ryan J. Listen, it's a dinner. After a half hour. The date is over. And I won't call you again, said Colton. All seven chuckle. Wait, we can't. What about Jack? We can't leave him here alone, said Sarah K. Don't worry, I know someone who'll watch him, said Colton, pulling out his cell phone and then pushes buttons. The phone rings, then gets picked up. Hello, yeah. Sure, I'll watch him. See you tonight? The phone hangs up. Christopher Rowland appears. Hun, we're going to be watching Jack tonight. Rose's brother, said Christopher R. Sheet moves. Christine Uravaj appears to be in bed. That's great, said Christine. Colton hangs up his cell phone. We've got someone to watch him, said Colton. Later that evening. Knocking on the front door. The front door opens. Both Christine and Christopher R. appear. Hey, Mrs. Kania, said Christine. Hello, you two. It's good to see you. And thank you for doing this for us, said Sarah K. No problem, we love Jack like family, said Christopher R. All seven are walking towards vehicles. Vehicles drive away, pull into the parking lot, then turn off. All 7 are walking towards the restaurant. Door opens. Colton approaches the counter. "Hello, may I help you?" asked woman 1. "Table for 7. "It should be under Colton Dennis," said Colton. "Ah yes, Colton Dennis for 7. "This way, please," said woman 1. All 7 follow woman 1, then sit at the table. "Well, thank you for this, Colton," said Stephen. "That's what friends are for," said Colton, looking at the menu. Alicia James appears, then approaches. "What are we having this evening?" asked Alicia. Colton looks up. "Alicia James, it's been too long," said Colton. "Yes, it has. For all of you," said Alicia. "Well, I'll have the steak," said Colton. "Yeah, that sounds good." "I'll take that too," said Christopher K. All 5 agree. "7 steaks coming right up," said Alicia, walking away. All 7 smiling. "Ryan, I didn't know Alicia worked here," said Colton. "Me either. I haven't seen her in a while," said Ryan J. Alicia places down plates, glasses, and water. "I hope you enjoy your meal, everyone," said Alicia, walking away. All 7 are eating and laughing. Waiter 1 approaches, then taps Colton's shoulder. Colton looks at waiter 1. "This envelope came for you, Mr. Dennis," said waiter 1. "Thank you." Colton opens the envelope, pulls out the paper, reads the note, then has a shocked expression. "Oh my," said Colton. Christopher K. looks at Colton, then leans towards him. "Are you all right, Colton?" whispered Christopher K. Colton looks at Christopher K., then hands paper. Christopher K. looks confused, then reads the paper. "Oh, my," said Christopher K. "Oh, my is correct," whispered Colton. "Shouldn't we tell them?" whispered Christopher K. "Hell yes," said Colton, grabbing paper. Christopher K. clears his throat. "Guys, listen up. Colton just got some news. So, give him your undivided attention." "Go ahead, Colton," said Christopher K. Colton stands up. "Thank you, Chris. A waiter just handed me this envelope. Now I'm going to read this aloud." Colton clears his throat. "Dear Mr. Colton Dennis, we heard about your team a few months ago. For the last 3 years, we've held a dodgeball tournament. And we down here want your team to play in it. Just think about it. Sincerely, Ryan Stieber." "What do you think?" asked Colton. "I don't know, another tournament," said Kyle R. "Yeah, I just want to rest now," said Shane. "Well, maybe you'll change your mind when I tell you where it'll be held," said Colton. "Where?" asked Sarah K. "Well, if I'm looking at this correctly, down under," said Colton. "In Australia," said Stephen. "Wait, no. I'm sorry. They are sending us to the outback," said Colton. "Africa, just say Africa." "You're getting these wrong," said Christopher K. All 5 gasp. "They're doing a tournament in Africa." "I'm definitely in," said Shane. "I'd love to go," said Sarah K. Christopher K. smiles. "Hell yeah, I'm in," said Kyle R. "Me too," said Stephen. All 6 look at Ryan J. "Well, if everybody else is going, I might as well," said Ryan J. All 7 put their fists into a circle. "Africa will never be the same again," said Colton, smiling. All 6 are smiling, too. The next morning sun rises. All 7 are sleeping. Knocking on the door. Both Christine and Christopher R. appear on the porch. Knocking on the door again. Mr. and Mrs. Kania, we're here, said Christopher R. Could someone answer the door, asked Shane. Colton groans, turns the clock, and then sees time. It's 7:38. Colton groans, then sits up. It's 7:38, yelled Colton. All six sit up. We're late, said Christopher K. All seven are running around the house. Door opens. Sorry guys, we were running late. Jack's still sleeping. So, you don't have to worry. We'll be back in a month, said Sarah K. No problem, go win another tournament, said Christine. Vehicles are driving away. Airport appears. All seven are running. Which way? Asked Ryan. I think it's this way, said Stephen. Colton sees a screen with information. Right there, this way, said Colton. All seven are running. The door slowly shuts. Wait! Yelled all seven of them. Woman 2 looks. All seven stop. We're here, said Colton. And you just made it too, said woman 2. All seven sigh. Door opens. All seven walk onto the airplane, then sit down. The airplane door shuts. Engine starts. The airplane drives, then flies away. All seven sigh. Well, Africa, here we come, said Colton. 24 hours and 15 minutes later airplane lands. All seven walk off the airplane. Wow, said Sarah K. Well, we should find a ride, said Colton. But I don't see any elephants, said Ryan J. All six look at Ryan J. Follow me, said Christopher K. All seven walk. Christopher K. looks across the street, then points. All seven look, then see the sign. There it is, said Stephen. Yeah, let's get over there, said Colton. All seven walk towards the building. Door opens. All seven walk inside, then look around. Ryan Stieber appears, looks, and then walks towards all seven of them. Mr. Dennis and friends. Welcome to Africa. I hope you are not jet-lagged. Follow me, please. It's great to finally meet you all. And participating in our tournament, said Ryan S.O., you're Mr. Ryan Stieber, said Colton. Yes, said Ryan S. So, how many teams are in this tournament? Asked Christopher K. Well, the overall is 32, said Ryan S. Just like Vegas, said Christopher K. Are there any new teams this year? Asked Colton. Actually, you're the only new team. You're going to need a strategy going into this. All the teams are killer, said Ryan S. Really, said Kyle R. Yeah, and the team that has won it all 3 years is returning too, said Ryan S. The team that has won it 3 times is in it. How difficult are they? Asked Ryan S. Well, when they played last year, they didn't lose a single player. All seven nod their heads. The whole tournament, said Ryan S. What, not one? Geez, said Colton. What's the team name? Asked Shane. Unstrikables, said Ryan S. Well, we'll show them that they are strikeable, said Colton. Well, these are your rooms, said Ryan S. Thank you and have a nice day, said Colton. Ryan S. walks away. Door opens. Wow, look at this room, said Sarah K. Ryan J. opens the door. Another room appears. Hey guys, I guess we share this one too, said Ryan J. All seven are walking into the second room. So I'm guessing. Me, Chris, Sarah, and Stephen. Then Shane, Ryan, and Kyle, asked Colton. Yeah, that sounds like an idea, said Christopher K. All 7 walk. Ryan S. appears. "Oh, Mr. Dennis, and friends. How's everything?" asked Ryan S. "It's really great." "So, the tournament starts tomorrow?" asked Colton. "Yes sir." "And good luck tomorrow," said Ryan S. "Thank you," said Colton. "Yeah, good luck in the tournament tomorrow," said male voice 1. All 7 turn around. Tom appears. "Tom, what are you doing here?" "Wait, you're not in the tournament either, are you?" asked Colton. "No, I'm the announcer for the tournament." "And good luck, really," said Tom, starting to walk away. "Hey Tom, have you ever heard of a team called Unstrikables?" asked Colton. Tom stops, then turns around. "Unstrikables are a destructive team. Hell, us targets couldn't defeat them," said Tom. "You played against them," said Colton. "Yeah, last year," said Tom. "Well, sorry for that," said Colton. "No one can hardly defeat them. But if there's a team that can do it, I believe it's you," said Tom, walking away. "So, Mr. Stieber, question. Why is it called the Augustus Hadgerson Dodgeball Tournament?" asked Kyle R. "Well, Augustus Hadgerson was the one who invented dodgeball." "Yeah, there are a lot of facts about dodgeball. But this one is true. Dodgeball has been around since 1832. But off to bed. We got a big day tomorrow," said Ryan S., walking away. All 7 stand up. Colton looks over at the group. "Hey, it's Devin Krieger and some others we graduated with," said Colton. All 7 walk toward the group. Devin Krieger, Valerie Powell, Miles Shoemaker, Jacob D'Agostino, Charles Brooks, and Holly Reese appear. Well, it's the Heartbreakers," said Devin. "Yeah, are you guys in the tournament too?" asked Colton. "Well yeah, it's going to be our 4th year here," said Devin. "4th, wait, you're the team, Unstrikables," said Colton. "Good luck in the tournament," said Devin. All 6 are walking away. All 6 watch them walk away. The Augustus Hadgerson Dodgeball Tournament Day 1. Talking everywhere. All 6 are standing in the back of the room. "These are the teams," said Sarah K. "It looks like it," said Christopher K. "Colton sees court with Unstrikables on it. Guys, let's watch. Let's see how well they do," said Colton. Unstrikables line up. Whistle blows. Dodgeballs are being thrown. Both Charles and Devin throw dodgeballs. Player 1 falls. Player 2 throws a dodgeball. Miles catches a dodgeball. Dodgeball gets thrown. Holly spins. Both player 3 and 4 are watching Holly. Both Jacob and Valerie throw dodgeballs. Player 3 and 4 get hit. Player 5 throws a dodgeball. Devin blocks dodgeball. Charles catches a dodgeball. "Oh, and that player's eliminated," said Tom. Player 6 looks at Unstrikables. Unstrikables hold dodgeballs, then throw them. Player 6 gets hit, then falls. "Holy shit," said Ryan J. "No one got eliminated," said Kyle. "What's the plan?" Colton asked Christopher K. "Do what we usually do, win," said Colton. Ryan S. approaches. "Heartbreakers, you're up," said Ryan S. All 7 follow, walk onto the court, and then line up. Whistle blows. Dodgeballs are being thrown. Colton jumps over a dodgeball, then throws one. Player 1 gets hit. Player 2 and 3 throw dodgeballs. Dodgeballs hit Ryan J. Shane throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits player 4. Player 6 throws a dodgeball. Colton catches a dodgeball. Ryan J runs onto the court. Both player 5 and Steven throw dodgeballs. Dodgeballs collide. Kyle R throws a dodgeball. Player 5 gets hit. Both player 2 and 3 throw dodgeballs. Kyle R moves, then catches a dodgeball. Player 3 walks off the court. Colton throws a dodgeball. Player 2 jumps over the dodgeball. Shane throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits player 2's testicles. Whistle blows. Heartbreakers qualify, said Tom. All 7 cheer, walk off the court, then stop. Unstrikables appear. Congratulations Heartbreakers. One more team down. But how far are you willing to go? Asked Devon. You'll find out, said Colton. The Augustus Hadgerson Dodgeball Tournament Day 2. Footsteps walking. All 6 are stretching. Unstrikables appear. All 7 look up. What do you want? Asked Christopher K. What, a team can't tell another team good luck? Asked Devon. Just remember, Devon. It's just a game, said Colton. Yeah, a game I win. And all of you play well together. But not like us, said Devon, walking away. All 5 follow. Whistle blows. Unstrikables throw dodgeballs. All 6 watching. The last player gets hit with a dodgeball. Unstrikables qualify, said Tom. Heartbreakers walk onto the court, then line up. Colton looks, then sees unstrikables. Devon nods, then smiles. Colton growls. Whistles blows. Dodgeballs are being thrown. Colton throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits player 1. Dodgeball gets thrown. Colton catches a dodgeball, then throws it. Dodgeball hits player 3. Player 4 throws a dodgeball. Colton jumps over a dodgeball, then throws one. Dodgeball hits player 4. All 6 are looking at Colton. Player 6 throws a dodgeball. Colton catches a dodgeball. Time out, said Christopher K. Whistle blows. Time out, said referee 2. All 6 look at Colton. What the hell is going on? Colton asked Sarah K. Nothing, come on. We need to kill them. Come on, blow the whistle, said Colton. No, you're out, I'm taking your spot. Get out, Colton, said Sarah K. Colton screams, breathes heavily, looks around, and then runs away. Devon laughs. Whistle blows. Colton walks, then stops. Unstrikables appear. Nice work. At least your team qualified, said Devon. Colton growls, grabs Devon, and then pins him against the wall. All 6 are approaching. Colton, let him go, said Christopher K. Colton, breathing heavily, sees an image of Tom, lets go of Devon, then runs away. Colton, said Sarah K. Tom appears in the hallway, then sighs. Come on, guys. Let him cool off, said Christopher K. I could press charges, you know, said Devon. If you do, I'll be sending you to the hospital. So close your mouth, said Shane. All 6 are walking away. Shane stops, looks at Devon, and then lunges forward. Devon gets startled. Shane smiles, then follows all 5 of them. I really hate them, said Devon. The Augustus Hadgerson Dodgeball Tournament Day 3. Sarah is standing in the doorway. Do you see him? Asked Christopher K. No, I think something finally snapped, said Sarah K. It's like when we first met him. A totally vicious motherfucker, said Shane. Either way, he's still a heartbreaker. We'll find him, said Steven. Ryan S. approaches. Heartbreakers, you're up, said Ryan S. All 6 walk onto the court, then line up. Whistle blows. Dodgeballs are being thrown. Christopher K. throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits player 3. Player 1 throws a dodgeball. Sarah K. catches a dodgeball. Shane throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits both player 5 and 6. A double elimination by Shane Hernandez, said Tom. Player 2 throws a dodgeball. Kyle R. blocks dodgeball. Ryan J. throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits player 2. Player 4 throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Ryan J. Steven throws a dodgeball. Player 4 moves, then throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Steven. Shane throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits player 4. Player 4 falls, then slides. All 6 cheer and then hug each other. Footsteps walking. Knocking on the door. Door opens. Tom appears. Tom, said Colton. May I come in? Colton opens the door. Tom walks inside, then sits in a chair. What could I do for you? Tom asked Colton. I think I know what's wrong with you. The way Devin talks to you. It kills you deep down inside. I'm here to tell you. I know how it feels. He did the same thing to me last year. And it worked. That's why they win so easily. Also, your team needs your help. Tomorrow's team is going to be hard to beat. They need Colton Dennis. The man. The beast. Just chose wisely, said Tom, walking out of the room. The door opens and then shuts. Colton looks down, sees a group picture of the Heartbreakers, grabs it, and then sighs. The Augustus Hadgerson Dodgeball Tournament Day 4. All 6 are sitting in the locker room. Unstrikables appear. Well, I guess your friend's gone. Don't worry, he sucked anyway. But don't worry about winning today. There's always next year, if you ever reunite, said Devin, laughing. All 5 laugh along, then walk away. I can't believe this. What are we going to do? Asked Ryan J. Well, just try your best, guys. Just remember, it's only a game, said Christopher K. All 5 smile. Footsteps approaching. Here comes Ryan to tell us to go, said Sarah K. Footsteps stop. All 6 are looking at the door. What the hell is he waiting for? Asked Shane. Christopher K. clears his throat. Mr. Stieber, are we up? Asked Christopher K. Man 1 appears in a trench coat and hat. Who's this guy? Asked Kyle R. The hat gets taken off. Colton appears. I believe I said, we're going to destroy them. But first, let's destroy the team in front of us, said Colton. All 7 cheer, then run onto the court. Here come the Heartbreakers. Wait, Colton Dennis is back, said Tom. Crowd cheering. All 10 line up. Whistle blows. Steven tosses a dodgeball to Colton. Colton throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits player 1. Player 3 throws a dodgeball. Colton moves, then trips. Player 2 throws a dodgeball. Shane stands in front of Colton, then catches a dodgeball. Both Kyle R. and Ryan J. throw dodgeballs. Dodgeballs hit players 3 and 4. Both Kyle R. and Ryan J. high-five each other. Player 5 throws a dodgeball. Colton moves Steven. Christopher K. throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits player 5. Player 6 throws a dodgeball. All 6 move, then grab dodgeballs. Let's show them what we could do, said Colton. All 6 throw dodgeballs. Dodgeballs hit player 6. Oh, taking a page out of the Unstrikables book. Now tomorrow, it's the Heartbreakers versus Unstrikables. What a match tomorrow, said Tom. All 6 appear in the locker room. Hey Colton, what happened the other day? Asked Christopher K. Something just snapped. But Colton sees Tom. Someone help me control it, said Colton, smiling. Tom nods. Colton nods back. The Augustus Hatcherson Dodgeball Tournament Day 5, Championship Match. Good evening, dodgeball fans. We had a great few days. Great teams competed. But now we are here at the championship match. 2 of the greatest teams go head-to-head. The reunification of the Heartbreakers goes against the winners of the last 3 years, the Unstrikables. I hope you're ready for this David versus Goliath matchup, said Tom. All 6 appear in the locker room. Colton puts on a uniform, then sees gloves. Christopher K. approaches. Hey, you doing all right? Asked Christopher K. I'm doing just fine. Colton clears his throat. Guys, I've got to say something. After tonight's win, I think it's time to be released, said Colton. Released from what? Asked Sarah K. 30 years ago. We came together. But I think it's time to end the Heartbreakers. After this match tonight, the Heartbreakers will have retired. It's time to slow down, guys. What do you say? Asked Colton, putting his fist out. Christopher K. smiles, then holds out his fist. All 5 put their fists together. Laugh behind all 7 of them. All 7 turn around, then see all 6 of them. Well, your dreams will come true. After we walk away, the winners again. Plus, we'll be the team that'll go down in history. By putting the Heartbreakers to sleep, for good, said Devon. Colton steps forward, looks into Devon's eyes, then smiles. I'm going to tell you something, Devon. 30 years ago, we played one of our greatest opponents, the Targets. The leader, Thomas Hindmarsh, had the same look in your eyes. He was determined that he'd defeat us. But we proved him wrong. And now, you have the same expression. Our last match will go down in history. We'll be the ones to break your record. And be the damn better team you'll never be. So, if I were you, I'd tuck your tail between your legs. And meet us on that fucking court. Devon steps backwards. All 6 start walking away. Oh, and Unstrikables, good luck taming the beast, said Colton. All 6 continue walking. Colton turns around and looks at all 6 of them. That's what I'm talking about, said Christopher K. It's time for the championship match. Smoke appears. Unstrikables are running onto the court. Unstrikables look ready for this. Smoke reappears. The Heartbreakers run onto the court. And there's the Heartbreakers. They looked pumped up. Plus, Colton Dennis has an announcement after his match, said Tom. The Heartbreakers and Unstrikables line up. Whistle blows. All 10 run, then grab dodgeballs. Dodgeballs are being thrown. Colton catches a dodgeball. Charles blocks dodgeball. Devon throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Colton. Crowd gasps. Christopher K. throws a dodgeball. Devon ducks. Dodgeball hits Charles's face. Yes, said Christopher K. Miles throws a dodgeball. Shane blocks dodgeball. Ryan J tries to catch a dodgeball. Jacob throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Ryan J. Steven throws a dodgeball. Jacob moves. Both Holly and Valerie throw dodgeballs. Kyle R jumps in front of Shane, then gets hit by dodgeballs. Shane nods. "You're welcome," said Kyle R. Miles throws a dodgeball. Christopher K catches a dodgeball, then loses grip. Chris Kania is eliminated. "It's 5-2, said Tom. Dodgeballs go past both Shane and Steven. Shane throws a dodgeball. Miles catches a dodgeball. "Shit," said Shane. Charles runs onto the court. All 6 members of Unstrikables are in with only one heartbreaker, Steven Uravaj, said Tom. Dodgeball goes past Steven. Devin smiles at Colton. Miles throws a dodgeball. Steven moves, Charles throws a dodgeball. Steven moves again. Holly throws a dodgeball. Steven catches a dodgeball. Colton runs onto the court, then grabs the dodgeball. Valerie throws a dodgeball. Colton moves, then throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Valerie. Charles throws a dodgeball. Colton catches a dodgeball, then loses grip. Steven slides, then catches a dodgeball. Crowd cheering. Charles looks. "You are eliminated," said referee 2. "What?" said both Charles and Devin. Charles walks off the court. Jacob throws a dodgeball. Colton moves Steven. Steven throws a dodgeball. Miles moves, then throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Steven. Colton looks, then has an image from 3 years ago. Devin smiles, then throws a dodgeball. "Colton," echoed Sarah K. Imagine comes back. Colton looks. Steven jumps in front of Colton, then gets hit with a dodgeball. "He was already eliminated," said Devin. Colton looks at Steven, then stands him up. "Thanks," said Colton. "Well, we're down to a 3-on-1. And I don't think Colton Dennis can do this. But he's been in this position before," said Tom. Colton is holding a dodgeball. Devin, Jacob, and Miles walk towards the line. Colton steps forward. Devin throws a dodgeball. Colton moves. Jacob throws a dodgeball. Colton moves again. Miles throws a dodgeball. Colton moves a third time, then throws a dodgeball. Dodgeball hits Miles. Colton grabs a dodgeball. Jacob throws a dodgeball. Colton blocks a dodgeball, then throws one. Dodgeball hits Jacob. Crowd cheering. "Shut up, all of you," said Devin, looking. Colton stares at Devin, then raises a dodgeball. "Come on, let's play," said Colton. Devin throws a dodgeball. Colton moves, then throws a dodgeball. Devin moves, grabs the dodgeball, then throws it. Colton blocks a dodgeball, then throws one. Devin moves again, grabs the dodgeball, then throws it. Colton jumps over dodgeball, lands, twists his knee, then screams. Whistle blows. All 6 run towards Colton. "His knee twisted. He can't play," said Medic 1. "Yes." Devin laughing. "We won. He can't play. Announce that you dried up, old prune," said Devin, looking at Tom, then continuing to laugh. Colton groans, then slowly stands up. "Hey, I'm still standing." "I ain't finished with you yet," said Colton, limping. "You want to continue?" "I'll finish you off if you want," said Devin. All walking off the court. Colton continues limping. Devon smiles. Whistle blows. Devon throws a dodgeball. Colton jumps over a dodgeball, rolls, grabs a dodgeball, then throws it. Dodgeball hits Devon's face. Whistle blows. Crowd cheering. Colton is being hugged by all 6 of them. Give me a microphone. All 6 are standing behind Colton. Tom hands the microphone. Thank you, Tom. Everybody, we had a fight tonight. We defeated a great team. Nothing against them. But, right before the match, the 7 of us have decided. We're getting too old, and it sucks. I know a lot of fans are going to be disappointed. The Heartbreakers road ends here tonight. No more tournaments or games for us, said Colton with his voice cracking. Crowd booing, then chanting no and one more time. All 7 start crying. Tom approaches. Well, I guess they want one more match, guys, said Tom. All 7 continue smiling. No. Please. Then we'd never leave. Everybody, please listen. We're disappointing a lot of you. But you'll always be in our hearts. Colton pulls out a shirt. 30 years ago, we started the Heartbreakers. And now it all ends. But before we leave, 3 years ago, this late in the middle of the gym floor, I said, we'd be back. Well, now we say goodbye. We love you all. And this can't stay in the middle of this gym. This will go to the newest and last member of the Heartbreakers. Thomas Hindmarsh, said Colton handing a shirt. Tom shakes Colton's hand, then raises his shirt. Crowd cheers. All 7 walk off the court, stop, wave to the crowd, then walk away. Unstrikables are shaking all 7 of their hands. A few months later. Christopher K. grills hamburgers. Sarah K. carries out food and then places it on the table. Vehicles approach, then stop. Doors open, then shut. All hugging. Rumbling in the distance. All 12 look. Motorcycle drives past. Is Uncle Colton coming? Asked Jack. I don't know, said Sarah K. rumbling in the distance again. The motorcycle reappears, pulls into the driveway, then turns off. Colton appears. Sorry, I missed the driveway again, said Colton, smiling. All 12 laugh. Colton walks into the backyard. The end.